Good evening, it's June 12th, Thursday, 2025. It's my pleasure and honor to be speaking with Mr. John J. Jeckovich. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
You're looking well in your new clothes.
Yeah, new
Get your
clothes,
hair
huh?
done the other day and your nails done and shaved. You're looking pretty good.
Shower today?
Yeah, you got it going on. 100 years old, you're in damn good shape. Yeah, I have to admit that. I heard you had a special visitor today.
Oh, yeah?
Who came over?
Amber.
She kept you company?
Yeah, but she got a bad nose. I don't know what she's doing. She's living in that house. It's killing her.
What's happened?
And where she's living.
Oh, mold?
It's mildew
Yeah,
and everything.
we'll have to get that fixed ASAP.
$1,500 a month she's paying her.
Yeah, we'll have to get that fixed ASAP. Yeah. All right, we'll talk about that off camera, but you two had a nice visit?
Who?
You two had a nice visit?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Jeckovich's great granddaughter, she's in her 20s, she's a beautiful young lady. She's a full-time missionary and an avid surfer. She's a tough cookie. She's a tough cookie. She didn't have the best family life, I can tell you that.
What?
She didn't have the best family life, I can tell you that. She's a survivor. She was basically abandoned as a baby. Let's call it like it is.
Yeah.
Many of these people, they should not have kids. I don't know why they're all having kids, and when they have the responsibility of kids, they run like a scared fucking rabbit.
Yeah.
Let's face it. They run like a scared fucking rabbit. It's a sad situation. It's a sad situation. She turned out to be such a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Such a kind girl. She's Christocentric and not egocentric like most of the family she came from. Total losers. Sociopathic losers with no empathy. Let's call it like it is. Let's not sugarcoat nothing. You're 100 years old. You can say what the fuck you want. Yeah, what families? They're not families. You'll find out the most poisonous people on earth come disguised as family. Most poisonous people on earth come disguised as family. Wow. Well, let's go on a higher note. Those fucking people will burn in hell. They will burn in hell. Their mortal sins they create year after year after year after year after year. However, they think they're honorable people.
Oh, yeah?
Get a load of that.
Huh.
They think they're fucking honorable people. Yeah, they're honorable people, all right. Adolf Hitler thought he was honorable. Adolf Hitler said he was going to let the world apologize to him for what he was forced to do.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this fucking family with all those sociopath losers. They're all hiding out, doing nothing, eking away a living and thinking they're doing something important. You're not doing nothing important. You're fucking not doing nothing important. Without empathy, empathy is the glue to humanity. Without empathy, you got fucking nothing. Empathy is the glue to humanity. Empathy is the glue to humanity. And if you don't have empathy for your daughter, your son,
or your father,
your father, your grandfather, you have nothing. You have fucking nothing. You're on the same level as Adolf Hitler. Let's talk like it is. I'm so sick of these bastards posting that they're wonderful people. They're just great philanthropists. What'd they do? Give $10 to a bum on a corner, and now they're considered fucking philanthropists? They don't know jack shit about nothing. Well, they will burn in hell. That's all I can tell you. I wouldn't want to be them when their time's up. And it goes by quickly, boys and girls. It goes by quickly, boys and girls. It's a short dance around the sun. It's a short dance around the sun. Mr. Jeckovich said in a reading a few weeks ago that you blinked your eyes at 20 or 100.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. An honorable man. How could we ever honor their legacy? How could we ever do that? How could we ever? They're the greatest generation, and the generation that I'm speaking of now is the worst. It's the worst fucking generation that ever hit mankind. Because once you don't have empathy, empathy is the glue to humanity, you have nothing. You're like an animal. That's what you'll turn out. That's what you are. You're like a fucking rabid animal. Yeah, like a rabid animal. This is the greatest generation you're looking at. If you have Mr. Jeckovich any questions, you please text him at 407-366-0000. 407-366-0000. It is the greatest generation in the whole world ever. There were 16,400,000 young boys and ladies and girls that took part in World War II. Now we're down to less than 5,000. 5,000 combat veterans, front line, and we're living them at the rate of 150 a day. What a beautiful generation. Now think of the generation I just described earlier. They abandoned their family. They abandoned their father. They abandoned everybody. What kind of pigs are they? If you don't have empathy for one another, which is the glue to humanity, you're an animal. You're a fucking animal. Mr. Jeckovich was, Mr. John J. Jeckovich and his fellow fighters were a part of the most selfless and courageous operation in the history of human mankind. World War II. Mr. Jeckovich left their homes to help out complete strangers with whom they had nothing in common. You had nothing in common with the people in France.
I didn't know them, no.
But you went without you liberating France, Nazi occupied for 4 years. They would be speaking German now.
Yeah.
They were run over. Even the UK is smart enough to thank the Americans. They won the war for the UK. They couldn't do it. So Mr. Jeckovich and others left their homes to help out complete strangers with whom they had nothing in common.
21.
They had nothing in common. They just did it. They didn't question it. They didn't abandon their daughter. They didn't abandon their father. They did it. Empathy. Empathy. They did it. How? How can we? How can we ever be worthy of their legacy? How can we ever be worthy of their legacy when we have this generation now doing quite the opposite, conducting themselves as animals, abandoning family members because they might have hooked up with the wrong person they're living with, and that wrong person living with doesn't want no part of it. So you're weak, and you're stupid, and you go along with it. Listen, boys and girls, marriage is the most important thing. And if you get a wrong mate, hey, if they get a wrong mate, what happens?
Yeah.
Trouble.
Yeah.
You're fucked. And then if you don't have the balls to walk out on that wrong mate, then you're weak. You're
Well,
weak.
then you got 3 kids hanging on.
Yeah, you're weak. You're weak. Weak men we hate. You have to be a strong man. You got to be a fighter. And no man abandons his children. No son or daughter abandons her father. You're weak. You're a sociopath loser with no empathy. Without empathy, you have nothing. Empathy is the glue to humanity. If you don't have humanity, you might as well be pigs in the farm fighting for that next piece of bread or whatever the fuck they eat. because you don't have a good life. You might think you do.
Huh?
They might think they do, but eking away a living and abandoning everybody is a mortal sin. They will burn in hell. They will burn in hell. So you're looking very nice in your new clothes.
New clothes.
You're always looking sharp. Mr. Jeckovich was from Company H, the 2nd Battalion of the new 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II. Mr. Jeckovich lives by the motto, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift. Yes, today is a gift. It's a short dance around the sun, boys and girls. It doesn't last long, so you might as well, when you're living it, live it so you can take care of your family and not be some stupid things by taking a complete stranger in your house, taking a complete stranger in the house and listen to his or her orders. That's ridiculous. Are you a puppet? Are you a fucking puppet? Yeah, maybe you are. Maybe you are. So what'd you and Amber have to say today?
Amber?
Yeah, what'd you two have to say today? Did you do any drawing?
No, we didn't. No, she slept for 2 hours.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Jeckovich, during World War II, he was no rear echelon. No. He wasn't in the back room typing. He wasn't in the back room delivering milk to the front line. He was the front line, right?
Yeah.
Front line.
Well,
What weapon did you use?
33 weapon.
No, wait. 33 is the code.
I had
These are all
a
two.
grand rifle.
And a machine gun.
Well, my personal weapons is my grand rifle.
Yeah. Mr. Jeckovich during World War II, oh boy, he was beat up. He was stabbed. He was shot in the shoulder by a sniper. He was bombed.
Lost a hip.
Lost a hip. Hey, he still's got shrapnel in his body from the dirty bomb. Yeah. Trench foot frostbite. And he suffers from that every night.
Yeah.
Every night.
Every night is stupid frostbite, yeah.
80 years later. And he got called to duty. He went, no questions asked. He had nothing in common with the people he was helping, but he did it anyways. He did it anyways. So how do we give respect to a man like that saved this country, saved France, saved UK? How do we do that? How do you give the proper respect? He's 100 years old. Wake up, people. This is why you're not speaking German or possibly Japanese right now. Wake up. During World War II, Mr. Jeckovich came in as a teenage boy, and they were affectionately called the diaper division. Why?
We were young, 19 years old.
Right out of high school. Some of the kids were 16 and 17. They lied about their age. Yeah. He was called the diaper division affectionately. And then when he was in the Battle of the Bulge, he was surrounded in Bastogne by hundreds of thousands of Nazis unexpectedly. No one ever thought psychotic Hitler was going to make a last-ditch effort to kill young American boys and go through the Ardennes Forest. Ardennes Forest is very cluttered. It's very populated with trees, which made it's almost impossible for tanks to get through, especially jeeps and troops. But Hitler didn't care. He sent them through anyways. There were 600,000 of them went through from Nazis, and there were 6,000 tanks. And that was the beginning of the Battle of Bulge. And they told Mr. Jeckovich, who happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, in Bastogne, they said, hold Bastogne, no matter what, right?
Hold it, hold it.
Hold it. What would happen if you lost Bastogne?
The Germans would overcome you.
Overcome you. So, they couldn't get air support. The weather was horrible. For 4 days, they held it. They held it. They held it. Couldn't get air support. They couldn't get thousands of paratroopers. They couldn't get supplies. They couldn't get nothing. So when it was all said and done, it was 97% casualties. Blood everywhere. The roads and dirt in the driveways all looked like they were painted in red. Death on every corner. Death on every corner. 97% casualties. Mr. Jeckovich was lucky. He made it out. One of his best friends in the service, his name was Donald Lape, young kid, 18. Mr. Jeckovich told him 100 times, what'd you tell him?
Tell him, get down, get down, get down.
He didn't get down.
Yeah.
He kept on doing what?
Yeah, popping up.
I'll show us.
Yeah.
Show us how he popped up.
Up.
Yeah.
And that German had him zeroed in.
Zeroed in. Dirty bomb blew his head off. Mr. Jeckovich removed his glasses off of one ear, closed his eyelids, took out one dog tag number and wrote a glowing, beautiful story to his mother and father in New York. They lived in a small farm town.
Waterloo, New York.
Waterloo, New York. You got a damn good memory. How the hell do you remember that city? That city I don't think many people have been through. And he wrote them a beautiful glowing letter. And that his son died instantly, which was a plus. So that family is another example why the greatest generation. They cared for one another. They cared for their son. They cared for family members. And they cared for others. It's called empathy. Empathy. So Mrs. and Mr. Lape suffered greatly. Donald Lape died, their teenage boy. There were other boys in the Navy. And Donald Lape's best friend from New York, he was recently killed in another area of World War II. And then Donald Lape's best friend's father, when he got notification that his son, his teenage boy, died, he couldn't take the stress and he died of a heart attack. And here's how the empathy comes in. The Lapes weren't mad at the world. They moved on and did the right thing. They called Mr. Jeckovich Johnny. 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 Thank you for the beautiful letter, Johnny, right?
Yeah.
And they put together him a package of goodies and treats and things like that. And they say, I hope you survive the war, Johnny. And I hope this package gets to you soon. Because sometimes on the front line it takes a long time.
Yeah.
So here they are. They were going through all this misery and the hell. These wars are so much misery. So much misery, right?
Yeah.
And they sent out this package when they're going through this hell. Mr. and Mrs. Lape. So you wonder why we call this the best generation of all time? When people today can't even help or look at their family members? That's totally disgusting. What was in that package or box you received?
Well, cookies and stuff that she baked.
Nice snacks.
The pie, she baked a pie.
Beautiful lady.
Yeah.
Beautiful lady. The best generation of all time. How do we turn into all these derelicts 2 or 3 generations later? We'll never know. But I have a feeling it's going to swing back sometime to the best generation of all time. Because right now we're in trouble. Right now we're in trouble. We really have nothing in the way of decent people. There's some. I still believe there's more good people than bad. But look at these families. They are fucking destroyed. 90,000 divorces last year, Mr. Jeckovich in Florida. Why do you think?
Money.
Money. It's so expensive for these young kids, newlyweds, to get by. It's so expensive. Houses and groceries and everything. So they're working 2 or 3 jobs. And a lot of friction. Money. They get divorced. So Mr. Jeckovich went in as a diaper division. And after they held Bastogne, Bloody Bastogne, they had a new nickname. They had a new nickname. And that nickname now, and it's stuck with them to this day, the Bloody Bastards of Bastogne. Stuck to them to this day, the Bloody Bastards of Bastogne. Remember, mothers, there's always going to be wars. There's wars for thousands and thousands of years before us. There's going to be wars for thousands and thousands of years ahead. Don't let your boys become wimps. They have to be fighters. They have to be strong. Don't cater to their every needs. Don't buy them a new car at 16. Make them tough, right?
Right.
Make them tough. Without being tough, you're killing your kid. You're killing your kid. And in his book, Mr. Jeckovich talks about many examples of that. And I'm not going to read them all right now, but I'm basically going to tell you that you have to raise these kids tough. You got to raise these men tough. If you don't, you're going to have a bunch of sissies. You're going to have a bunch of wimps. And when you're pushing up daisies, they can't even care for themselves. They'll be on the street with a bucket looking for money from a complete stranger. So make these kids tough.
Yeah.
I'm looking for an article. Stand by, I'm looking for a part. Oh, by the way, Mr. Jeckovich left his army with many medals. He was awarded the Bronze Star Medal, Purple Heart Medal, Army Good Conduct Medal, American Campaign Medal, European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal with 3 Bronze Service Stars, World War II Medal, World War II Victory Medal, Army of Occupation Medal with Germany clasp, Combat Infantry Badge, Sharpshooter Badge with carbine, Pistol and Machine Gun Bars, Marksman Badge with rifle bar, Honorable Service Lapel Button with World War II. Mr. Jeckovich, we have a million texts sitting in front of me. Do you want me to read some of your book, or do you want me to try to get to some of the text?
All right, just here's the text.
What do you want me to do, book or text?
The text.
All right.
7.5.
We're going to hit you up on some. Some we covered a million times. But now, we'll try them again. We'll try them again. Because, you know, the person that wrote you or texted you this is their first time around. They probably feel that, you know, the first time listening, so it might be a repeat text, but to them it's not, so we're going to keep on going. Let's see what they got to say. This is like some things that don't pertain to the war, some things don't pertain to you, taking care of your mother. Some things are completely off the wall, like Mr. Jeckovich, you jogged for 80 years. However, did you ever play golf?
No.
Did you have any desire to play golf?
No.
Did your father play golf?
No.
Did your brothers play golf?
No.
No. So you don't come from a golfing
Well,
family?
Stevie played golf.
Oh, he played golf.
Yeah.
Was he a good golfer?
Huh?
Was he a good golfer?
No.
No. You came from the snow. You came from blizzards
Yeah.
when you were a boy. You spent a couple 2.5 years in Belgium in the snow, never got into a house.
Never got in the house, no.
You stayed outside. But on the side note, when you were a boy, 8, 9, 10, 11, did you ever go sledding in Niagara Falls?
Oh, yeah, quick.
On the creek? And
Went down at the golf course, go down the hill.
Pork Chop Hill,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Mr. Jeckovich, tell us about when you were a boy. Things were much different then than they are now. Tell us when you were a boy and how you made an ice skating rink in your front yard.
Over in the fire hydrant.
And that was it.
Freeze the street up, and then the next day you skate on it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Wow. 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 Mr. Jeckovich, do you like making puzzles?
A what?
Do you like making puzzles? Puzzles. Do you like putting together puzzles?
I used to make a puzzle, but once in a while.
I see. When you had all that snow in Niagara Falls, New York as a boy, did you and your brothers build many snowmen?
Yes, and then we shovel the sidewalk all the time too.
Did you shovel the sidewalks?
Yeah,
Was that a job or you just did it?
just did it, and then I had to international plow on. I was plowing.
Okay, so you shoveled the sidewalks as a boy, and then when you became an adult, you had a snowplow business, and you would do the alleys for free.
I plowed the alley. By noontime, it was completely dry.
Wow, that was a good public service.
Well, they complain. I left the over on the side.
I don't know how they complain you're giving a free service.
Well, they say you blocked my driveway.
Well,
I was because I had to put that plow was
it's just the way it is. It leaves something on the left and the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that kind of story before with people. Oh, boy. Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
No? All right, now think about this. You've been around 100 years. This is what you might take a minute to think about. Mr. Jeckovich, what was the best advice you ever been given?
The best advice?
Someone ever gave you?
Be truthful and honest.
Truthful and honest. I love that. Yeah. Wow. Basics. Simply basics. Wow. Did your father drive?
No.
Did your mother drive?
No.
I was told your father had a beautiful 21-foot-long Packard.
Yeah, we had it in the garage till Stevie drove it.
But he had no desire to drive it then, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Jeckovich, you've been around for 100 long years. What is the meaning of life?
Means of life, sustain it.
What?
Sustain it.
Sustaining, okay. Are you a positive person?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Are you allergic to anything?
No.
Oh. Minutes, please. How many pages is your book?
849.
Wow.
2.5.
Is that book for sale?
No.
It's not, so you can't buy it nowhere.
No, I can't sell it.
The book is not for sale. It's never been for sale or never will be for sale. There's an original copy in the World War II Museum in New Orleans, Louisiana. It's not about money. Mr. Jeckovich has plenty of money. He doesn't need money to sell a book. But the book was written to give this younger generation a better idea for a simpler and more wholesome life, right?
Kind of like a compass, going in the right direction.
A compass to helping out younger people. And we'll go over some of the facts in that book tomorrow because we're running out of time in the studio today. But it's a beautiful book. Would it take you years to write? Years to write?
No. 6 months.
No computer?
No.
No Google?
No.
How'd you do it?
Yellow paper.
That was it?
Yellow line paper.
I'll be damned.
And he remembered all the details of almost everything that he did there.
Wow. Mr. Jeckovich, how do you feel about shallow people?
Shallow people?
Yeah.
But keep up with them, but that's it.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Huh?
1.
Okay. Would you rather go swimming in a pool or the ocean?
I think a pool.
Pool? Mr. Jeckovich, you've been retired in Florida for 45 long and beautiful years. How many times have you been on the beach?
Twice.
What is it, you don't like the sand?
No, I don't like the sun.
So 45 years retired in Florida and you only been on the beach twice. I like your style. I truly like your style. Yeah.
30 seconds.
Wow. Did you go fishing in Florida?
Did I fish?
Fish.
No.
Did you fish in Niagara Falls?
No.
Wow. You've been retired a long time.
Yeah. 1980.
You beat the system.
Yeah.
Look how well you look.
Yeah.
100 years old in perfect health.
Yeah.
He beat the system.
That's right. We'll pick this up tomorrow.
Well, we got another one in the books.